I am Andie Macario. I am 26 and I was born in Rio in Brazil. I moved to London as a child, so I had no choice in the matter. There's a lot going on in London at the moment. I really love the art scene in London. There's lots of different pockets of scenes, and I think it's really interesting, and I think everyone's kind of coming together at the moment politically. My sexual identity is very fluid. I identify as pansexual and genderqueer, but in general I consider myself queer. I kind of fluctuate a lot between various identities and various sexualities. I'm a very open person, and I think my lifestyle and my career choices also work very well with my identity. And I'm a sex worker, and I got into the industry when I was about 21, a while ago now. I started off in the porn industry and then moved my way up into domination, webcamming and escorting. I first got into it because I started my foundation course in art years ago, and I was making art that was related to pornography and voyeurism, and I kind of felt that if I was to have a valid opinion, that I would actually have to experience it for myself. Otherwise it would just be speculation. So yeah, I started off and I really enjoyed it, and so I continued in the industry, kind of dipping it in and out of different things, and now I'm at a stage where both my artistic practice as an artist and my practice as a sex worker combine, and they go hand in hand. The trans community has a high percentage of sex workers because just like trans people, sex workers are marginalised. For some people, whether you're trans, whether you're gay, whatever, or even people of colour, a lot of the time you are marginalised within communities, within society, and there are very little means for survival. Sex work kind of allows that for a lot of people. It allows visibility, it allows you to live a lot of the time a decent life. You know, if there's like a difference, if it's the difference between being able to feed your children every week to, you know, living off a very minimal wage and just about getting on, then I think most people would go for sex work. Yeah, and I think also, like with sex work, it does kind of allow you to be yourself. It's a lot easier for trans people to do sex work than most other jobs. You know, a lot of the time you face discrimination and all sorts of things. With sex work, you have a lot more freedom. You kind of set the rules a lot of the time, so it's kind of like you're setting yourself up, you're making yourself visible, you're in control. How can society help sex workers? First of all, by supporting any local sex work organisations. At the moment we are all striving for decriminalisation of sex work, which would mean safer working conditions. It would give us our rights, it would allow our work to be seen as work, it would help us empower us to help those who are trafficked. My sex work ties in with my personality in the sense that everything I do is a performance. So whether I approach my sex work or just the way I dress or the way I present myself as an artist, everything kind of works. Everything kind of works together anyway. I like to present characters within my sex work, just like I do in my artwork or in my personal life. As a queer person, it can be difficult working within the sex industry, but there is room for it. I do get a lot of clients who are interested in what I do and interested in my queer side, and a lot of the time they also want to explore, which is really great. Gender fucking is what I like to do the most. And yeah, I do get a lot of clients who are really interested in it and who are very supportive as well. So I think everything kind of works well together, but it is very difficult at times. The word queer to me is a performance. It's an identity, it's a way of being, it's a state of being. Anyone can be queer, I think. It's just about living non-conventionally and thinking outside the box and being yourself. Where do I see myself in 15 years' time? Hopefully I'll be in San Francisco. That's my next goal, is moving to San Francisco and working full on in the porn industry and working together with other art practitioners and other pornographers to create something special. Yeah, and I hope to just still be me and still make art in 15 years' time and just be fucking awesome. So, yeah.